Good morning and good afternoon to another deep dive session on new features in Viswalk 2026. Today I will present you an extension of the obstacle distance functionality. What is obstacle distance? In fact, the obstacle distance functionality existed in Viswalk, I think, since the very first version. It refers to that you can set at a route location, destination or intermediate destination of a route, the so-called obstacle distance. It is a parameter which belongs to the route location. In this case, it is set to 0.5 meter. And that means that pedestrians keep roundabout an additional distance or a distance to obstacles of about 0.5 meter. And if we change that value, let's say to 0, then you see they will walk closer to the obstacle. While if we set it to value which is higher than normal, higher than usual, like 1.5 meter, then you can see that it seems they are scared of the walls. Now, so far, as I said, and as you see, this attribute was associated only with route locations. That means when you change the value, it applies for all pedestrians who are currently walking to this route location, no matter what kind of obstacles you have. But now, sometimes you have obstacles which have maybe a more scratchy surface or which are maybe even hot or somehow dangerous. A tiger's cage where the tiger could come with his brawn in an extreme case, and people would keep a really large distance. And then just next to it is a kind of a muddy area. Everyone walks around it, or a pond, a small, but you can have your arm hanging over it without any problem. And people don't keep an extra distance. So it's a matter of the obstacle then, what distance people keep, not of the route or the next route location. And this is mirrored even in some guidelines for pedestrian planning, where the effective width of a bottleneck is determined depending on the type of the obstacles which form the bottleneck. And for this reason, we have expanded this functionality with an specific obstacle distance. Let me show that to you in the dialog first, where you see that now there is in the dialog a new field, obstacle distance, and that exists, of course, also in the list. And if you look at the obstacles which are shown here, then there are some, the blue ones, so we are here on level 2, which don't have a value. Then there are some which have a value and some which have a large value of 1 meter. And if we look at the simulation, then you see that they walk close to those obstacles which don't have a value, have the typical distance when it's 0.5 meter, and they keep a large distance for the yellow obstacles. And you see they look really dangerous, these yellow obstacles, and they prefer to walk next to the small pond, as I said. And here they keep a large distance to both sides, which forms then in effect a smaller bottleneck than all other passages, although formally the bottleneck width is the same everywhere. This is done such that, of course, the route location still has a value for obstacle distance, and it only gets effective here if the values for the obstacle distance parameter of the obstacles is larger than that of the route where they're currently walking to. So you can only increase the obstacle distance specifically for obstacles, but not decrease it. That's it. Thank you. Bye.